On this Q&A, I talk about transitioning from being a protege to a stylist, how to make our guests happy, and I go on a bit of a rant about excuses.
You supply the Q's and we bring the A's. It's the Form and Function Q&A show.
Q&A number 7. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I really do appreciate it. We are going to be doing an upcoming episode all on education. I've been getting a lot of feedback and questions about how to set up your own education, why it's even important to have a training program in the salon for your team. So what I want on this episode is a lot of comments and questions about in-salon education for your team. So I think it's going to be a really great episode. I don't know if we're going to put it out as its own thing or a separate Q&A kind of thing, but we're going to do a complete video on education and how to set up your own program. So put your questions and comments below, and let's get into today's questions.
Aaron's question is, what have you found works best with training assistants and then the transition to a stylist?
Oh, Aaron, thanks for the question. I know you asked this one a little while back, and so I'm glad to get it on the show. I'm not sure in what context you're saying what works best. So I'm going to assume that we're talking about business building coming from that transition. The way that we do run our training program is our proteges are expected to be bringing in models and essentially building their business while they are protegeing with us. So every Monday they take their classes, and that's when they should be bringing in either friends and family or networking and bringing in people off the street. And so when they are at that tipping point, once they've finished the program, we simply do something in our inbox marketing program where we send out an email to all the people that have already seen them. We simply say, congratulations to Alyssa, to Jess, to Corey, whoever it is, on completing our protege program, and they are now a full stylist here at the Hair Loft. Here is their new menu. And at that point, they're going to be a hybrid, right? Where they are still assisting in the salon day to day, but they are also expected to start to build a clientele. And if we get them clients or they get their own clients, it is expected that you retain them, right? That we are going to be seeing those walk-ins or new requests turning into regular requests and coming back to the salon. Because ultimately, that's the number one responsibility of any stylist, is to get those guests that come in to come back. So that's what I have found works really best for us when transitioning from being a protege to being a stylist.
Chris' question is, how do you make a guest feel better about you? I have a lot of guests who are uneasy about my skill and because I'm a male.
Chris, this is a really important question that I don't mean to get on you about too much, but I think that you're doing some things here that a lot of people do. First off, just context for everybody, you're still a student in school, right? And so for you, you're going to be battling this a lot right now, because when you walk into a school format, I think that it's expected that the guest is going to be a little bit nervous, right? Because it's a school. They know that you don't have a lot of experience. Even when you graduate, you're still going to be in this position because as a young person, if I come to see you for a haircut and you're, 18, 19, 20, how long do I think that you've really been doing hair, right? If I see somebody that is 30, 35, or 40, I probably expect that they've been doing it a little bit longer. Not necessarily true, but that's my expectation. So you have to understand that this is a business of trust. And so when somebody's coming to see you and they assume that you don't have a lot of experience, they don't have much of a reason to trust you and your abilities yet. You have to earn that trust before you're granted that trust. The other thing about feeling that people are nervous or they don't like seeing you because you're a guy, that is a load of crap. Right? I'm a guy. I get clients to come and see me. I've had people specifically request to see us as a guy, see myself or Christian or our stylist Jerry, right? At the same time, I've had a lot of people say that they want to see a woman for their style, or they want to see somebody who's slightly older, or somebody that's slightly younger, or somebody that has a funky style, somebody that has a classic style. People are always going to have their preferences, but to think that people don't like you just because you're a guy, I think you're projecting your feelings. I think that you feel slightly uncomfortable because you're out of place. I know that up there at the Waukesha school where you're at, there's a lot of girls, and so you may be one of the only male students. I was one of the only male students when I went to school. So you walk in the door and you're feeling a little out of place already, and I think that you're projecting that. I think own it. Don't worry about it, and build the things and work on the things that you need to in order to have the confidence to do the job that you want to do, so that the outcome comes out better than what you and the guest both expected.
Riley's question, how do you normally handle a situation where a client may be unhappy while they're still in your chair, whether it was the service maybe took too long, not the right tone, or just a bad day for them?
Riley, this is a great question, because I think that we've probably all been there where it just doesn't come out right. Whatever the case may be, the color doesn't come out right, the haircut wasn't exactly right. Or I bet that we've all been there too, where the color and the haircut did come out right, but the guest still wasn't happy. I think that the most important thing to remember in these circumstances is a quote that I heard. I wish I could remember where I heard it, but the quote is, "The guest isn't always right, but they're never wrong." And so even though we love the work, or we think, oh, this color looks so good, if the guest isn't happy about it, then it's not right. And we have to do whatever it is within our abilities and our capabilities to make the guest happy about the work and the service that we just provided. That may be retoning it. It may be giving away a little bit of a take-home product or a gift. It may be completely comping the service. Inside baseball, we had somebody just last week in our salon that didn't enjoy her blowout. I asked her about it, I asked why. She said, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's just me. I know that it's not a bad job. And I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of your service for you today. And she was so thankful. She said that she would love to come back because of the attitude that our team had when handling a situation that she didn't feel was awesome. So I think that it's all about how you handle the situation, right? You have to read the guest's feelings, their body language, what they're saying, but you have to do whatever it is that's going to make that guest happy, because at the end of the day, if we have a happy guest, that's really what we want, because they're going to refer us to their friends and family and help continue to build the salon up. So this was episode 7 of Q&A. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to have a complete 100% education episode coming up, talking about all types of questions about having your own in-salon program. So drop those questions, comments below. As always, you can hit me up at Benjamin J on Twitter, and also check out our website, fnfsaloneducation.com/academy. We got a whole bunch of awesome classes coming up, so I really can't wait to see you. And until next time, you supply the Q's, and I'll bring the A's.